on BBC iPlayer.
It's a Friday, the 12th of January, one day before Taiwan goes to the polls to elect their new leaders. We'll have a preview and analysis on its way. Hello and welcome to this special Asia Business Report coming to you live from Taipei. I'm Steve Lai, and we will be talking about the impact of the business issues affecting Taiwan's election shortly. But first, in the last hour, there have been some developments. Reports that the UK and the US have launched airstrikes against the Houthi rebels in Yemen, and that is in response to their attacks on ships in the Red Sea. Let's go to Suranjana Tewari in Singapore with how the market is reacting.
Steve, oil prices have risen following those reports of airstrikes by the US and the UK against Houthi targets in Yemen. The West Texas Intermediate rose nearly 2% to trade above $73 a barrel. Now, it's an event that again raises the risk of a major escalation in the Red Sea region. The boss of shipping giant Maersk has told the BBC why the waterway is so important to global trade.
This is one of the most important arteries of global trade. And having to reroute all of this cargo now south of the Cape of Good Hope is going to create significant disruptions to the global supply chain for the duration in which we have to do that, and probably a few months more as we have to get back then into normal.
We're going to turn our attention back to Taiwan now and answer one of the first things, one of the big questions that the winning party will need to deal with after this election is their relationship with China and how they deal with that. We know that in the lead up to the polls that the world's second largest economy has actually warned of extreme danger, as they've described it, of electing a frontrunner from the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, while the opposition, Kuomintang, is viewed as being more friendly with Beijing. China is Taiwan's biggest trading partner, also claims the self-ruled island as part of its own territory, so it does have a vested interest in these elections. And for clues to how this will play out after this weekend's elections and the results become known, let's speak with Lev Nachman, assistant professor in political science at the local national Chengchi University. Lev, do you see any electoral outcome that would change Taiwan's relationship with China and the US?
Yeah, so if the